Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is my hope that you have woken up well. I'm fine and just trying to see what is happening in this country. So if you are joining this channel for the first time, this is your host, Gashis Kaiman, the tallest man in Black Africa. Welcome to our video show. It is none other than Rigathi Gachagua who told the world that the Church of Christ had a candidate in the name of William Samuel Ruto. Today, that Church of Christ candidate is aligned in court as respondent number 9 in one of the most dramatic cases that is going to shake the jurisprudence of any presidential petition in Kenya and in Africa in general. Kile ambacho kinatokea katika mahakama ya upeo looks like a movie series. Reading the affidavits of the various petitioners, who are 9 in number, you see a country that is under the dogs. When William Samuel Ruto said that he was not going to resign, many people did not know why he did not resign as the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, is despite the big fallout with his boss. We are coming now to conclude that he could not have resigned because of what was happening in Karen, whereby the servers were actually in Karen, IBC servers were in Karen, and this is where the results from the various polling stations, various streams were sent before they were sent to IBC portal. A very, very interesting scenario. When Churchill and, Papa Beleni, David Churchill was not active on social media. But you realize that when the election came, the man became very, very active. When Gladys Bolsheroi was running up and down in Bomas of Kenya, remember she was a presidential agent. When she was running up and down with a laptop, trying to manipulate results, people took it as a joke. But it is coming. When you add 1 to 3, you see that Kenya Kwanza had done all they could to manipulate the elections. They had done all they could to steal the elections from Raila Amolo Odinga. Raila Amolo Odinga continue fighting for democracy. We wish him well. This man actually is going to save this country. The Supreme Court has a date with destiny. When the historians will be writing the history of this country, they will have also a big chapter on what is going to transpire in the next 10-12 days. Kwa sababu they can slay the dragon of corruption. They have the opportunity to slay the dragon of corruption. You know, if they don't do this, Kenya will have missed a chance. Where do you find a candidate having servers in his house? And where did you find hackers, I think 56 in numbers, having free access to IBC servers? What was committed is treason. What they did is actually trying to subvert the free will of the people. And this is actually overthrowing the democracy of the country. This is actually overthrowing the government. And I think the court also has a destiny, has a duty to charge these people. And they should be charged and found guilty kwa sababu kile ambacho walifanya ni jambo ambalo halijawahi kuonekana katika nchi hii. When we say that William Samuel Ruto is not fit to be the president of the Republic of Kenya, it's not that we have personal grudges. It's not that we have issues with William Samuel Ruto. But we believe that he has issues to do with the integrity. We believe that kuna mambo ambayo anastahili kufanya kuhakikisha kwamba he is a clean person. When John Githogo takes his affidavit, a man of integrity, with very clear evidence of what was happening in Karen during the elections, then you see a man who wants to save this country. You see what we mean by a true nationalist, a person who loves his country, a person who can even put his life on the line kwa sababu ya yale ambayo yanaendelea katika nchi hii. nchi hii ni nchi ambayo inahitaji ukombozi, na yule ambaye ataikomboa nchi hii ni mimi na wewe. And when I look at the mood in the country, though the country is peaceful, the citizenry is bitter. Watu wengi wana hasira nyingi sana, kwa sababu umekuja kuona kweli kwamba their votes did not count. When people say that your vote does not count, but the people who count votes matters, it is true. People are now coming to see the meaning of this statement. So in politics, though there's so much propaganda about issues, now when it comes to the issue of the courts, there you cannot say that there's propaganda, because the courts can only deal with the facts. They cannot deal even with the opinions. And what we have in Kenya is a situation whereby the country is already with the dogs. Because the question that many Kenyans are asking are, where was the NIS when all this was happening? And I want to congratulate them, because I think when they nabbed the Venezuelan guys in the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, maybe they had a clue. But what was happening in Karen? Why did they not stop it? Why did they have to wait until people go to the elections? Why with people's money? Although it can be a long script, kwa sababu unajua labda inaweza kuwa ni mtego wa panya ambao ulikuwa umewekwa, na kama Waswahili wanavyosema, mtego wa panya hunasa waliokuepo na wasiokuepo. Things can be very very interesting. Kwa hivyo kama unavyoona miti imetereza yote kwamba na kifo cha nyani sasa ambacho tunaona kwamba kimekaribia. And I don't think that there is any other country that has attracted the attention of the world in any presidential election like it is what is happening in Kenya. The eyes of the world, international media, major democracies, wote wameangazia macho yao katika Supreme Court of Kenya. Now, what we have is that the Supreme Court of Kenya is known to make weighty decisions. They don't dilly-dally. They don't care. Remember, they ruled against the BBI, and the president was a very interested party, but they didn't care. And even this time, I don't think they are going to care whether William Samoei Ruto is the person who is being referred to as the president-elect. In fact, he should have ceased to be the president-elect the moment Raila alipeleka kesi yake na Karua katika mahakama ya upeo. In Kenya, we don't have a president-elect. What we have is an outgoing president in the name of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And I think Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta must be smiling somewhere, kwa sababu alijua Uhuru Kenyatta alikuwa anatuambia kwamba kuna sababu ambazo ziwafanya wasielewane na William Samoei Ruto. And it is coming out very clearly now why these people could not agree, why they could not work together. And the Bible says, can the two people work together unless they have agreed? So these people could not work together. So when you hear people quoting the Bible, you have reason, especially when you see people misquoting, not even quoting, misquoting the Bible, unafaa kujiuliza maswali mengi. Remember, Satan, by the virtue that he was in heaven before he was thrown out of the heavenly home, akaja huku duniani. Unajua, that's why he's very good at quoting the Bible. Unakumbuka when he took Jesus into the wilderness, the temptation of Jesus, tuweza kuona akijaribu akimwambia kwamba, oh, what you see, this word I'm going to give you. So Satan is very very corrupt. So when you say that this country is a very interesting country politically, you have all the reason to get to get interested. So the historians have a destiny also with history. Kwa sababu I said many times that Raila did not lose 2007 elections, and he won the elections. I also said, although that is water under the bridge, and even 2013 and 2017, this man won the elections, but he was rigged out. So what Ruto was trying to do, he was trying to employ all the tricks that he knows. You know, remember, William Samoei Ruto has been in government for so long. Since 1997, he has been in Moi's government, Kibaki's government, and now Uhuru's government. So he knows so many tricks. He knows what was happening. He knows what the kind of method, ile mikakati ambayo ilikuwa inatumiwa katika kumwibia Raila kula. Na Raila amejaribu. And you see, I've always told people that Raila Amolo Odinga has so much in common with Mother Karua. And the problem with these people, I don't feel it's a problem, call it the good thing, but somehow it could be a problem, is that they can't steal the elections. They don't a league election. They always want justice. They always start with the truth. And that is why, if Raila wanted to rig the elections, he had the machinery because he was working with Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. But he never bothered to do this. But he wanted to win fairly and squarely. Remember, people could say that very clearly, what walikuwa nasema kwamba Raila does not need to rig the elections, which is true. And now I can see and I can clearly say that Ruto lost the elections. William Samuel Ruto, if kama alimshida baba na about 200,000 votes, even after stealing, even after rigging, even after having servers, even after Itobi and David Chichiri and others kuwa na servers, basi tunaweza kusema kwamba Raila must have defeated this man with about 1 million votes. Kwa sababu ukiangalia utaona kwamba I've always asked how Uhuru Kenyatta could be defeated in his own constituency by William Samoei Ruto. The same case applies to Martha Karua. And if an election was to be repeated in Kirinyaga, in Gishogo, I think in Kirinyaga, Purity Grishi must have won these elections. There's nothing that can convince me that Anne Waiguru won the elections. When you look at Mount Kenya again, you see a very funny scenario. If, for example, a grasshopper was to vie for elections with UDA ticket, the grasshopper could have won the elections. And if a human being won stood with another party, he could have been defeated by the grasshopper. That is a very interesting thing. So these things, kwa sababu ukiangalia utaona kwamba from the MCA all the way to the presidency, watu wote ambao walisimama na tiketi ya yellow, ya majano, waliweza kuchaguliwa. What a coincidence. In fact, even in Rift Valley, even in Ruto's heartland, there are some people who won the elections as independent candidates. But it did not happen in Mount Kenya. And again, when you look at Bungoma, I think Baba must have garnered so many votes. I even doubt whether the votes that zile ambazo walipata kule Bungoma ni za ukweli. Kwa sababu, how do you explain that the whole region, western region, the Luhya nation voted to a man, to Raila? Lakini sasa unapata just a small section where Wetangula is an interested party because he is the senatorial candidate. Hapo ndipo tu Ruto anapata kura nyingi. Hapo ndipo tu UD inapata kura nyingi. Even looking at the picture, if you are very much interested in the politics, just looking at the way these votes are being won, basi kuna mambo ambayo unaweza ukaona kwamba they are raising more questions than answers. So, the Supreme Court will be one of the most interesting theater to remain. Kenyans are currently glued on the TVs, waiting, watching to see what our learned judges are going to do with this petition. Because this petition, if you read page by page, I'm telling you, it can be very, very interesting. You can't keep it actually down. In fact, it is so interesting, and it has evidences that actually is so overwhelming that the judges will have no other alternative other than invalidate William Samoei Ruto and declare Raila Amolo Odinga the President of the Republic of Kenya. Very, very interesting. This is your host, Gashi Skyman, the tallest man in Black Africa. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.